Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shade 45.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out, y'all.
Detroit, how you feel? Make some noise. Y'all having a good time today? It's all about hope today. It's all about faith today. One of the reasons why I'm here, because I met an extremely amazing couple. I watched them on TV for years and wondered what would they be like in person. And it just so happened we became co-workers for the same company, Sirius XM. And I got a chance to meet them in person. And the way I met them is I watched them walking by my live broadcast. I think we were doing an NFL. Was it NFL? What was Super Bowl? Super Bowl I do a lot of broadcasts, forgive me. Super Bowl broadcast, and they were walking by. I said, hey, man, that's Joel and Victoria Osteen. Let's bring them on Shade 45, Eminem station. How many people are fans of Eminem, Detroit? And I started screaming his name, and I said, man, there's no way this guy is going to come and be on Eminem's radio station. And without hesitation, he turned around and came and sat down next to me to have a conversation. And I will admit I was a little nervous at first, but I asked him some of the realest questions you could ask someone in his position, and he didn't shy away from them. And I looked him in his eye as he answered these questions and said, okay, I see what it's all about. This dude is genuine and he's authentic in what his purpose is on that pulpit that he has on one of the biggest congregations in the world today. I see how that happened. You know, I see how that happened. And from there, I went on his show, and I realized, man, there's something in the future for us. And so I was honored when he and his wife asked if we could partner up and come to the east side of Detroit and talk about hope and talk about faith. And it's a testament to their character, seeing them come here. I don't know if y'all see a lot of people here in the east side of Detroit that care about the east side of Detroit. I don't know what y'all see here every day, but I know that they do. And so without further ado, these are the people behind this who made this possible today. You don't have to stand, but in case you want to, but please show a lot of love. Clap your hands as hard as you can and at the top of your lungs. Show some love for Joel and Victoria Osteen, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, thank you all again. Sway.
What's up, Joel?
We love being with you.
Man, Joel, what's up? We got a break dance. I told him we were going to break dance. No? Okay.
I can't do that.
You can't do that? Okay.
No, let me tell you something. Sway, how many of y'all love Sway being out here taking his time? And Sway's a friend of our ministry. Sway, you're genuine. You love the Lord. You love people. You're always helping somebody. You always have that smile, and we love you. We're honored to be on your station. Thanks for being with us today.
Oh, absolutely, man. I think we have similar missions, in a sense. I'm just open and honest, and I appreciate that about you. And I want to ask you about hope. Because we're facing some trying times. The political atmosphere is in the quagmire. There's some tension in the air socially right now. We're dealing with race issues. We're dealing with class issues. We're dealing with a lot. Meanwhile, people can't pay bills. How do you tell people on the east side, like, how do you define hope? Victoria, can you answer? How do you define hope?
Well, hope is when you can find something greater in yourself than you can what's going on around you. When you look at what's going on around you, there's not a lot of hope. But you know what? When you know that you've got gifts and you've got talent and you've got purpose and you're connected with the one who created it all, then the truth is you can find hope within yourself. And I think too often in these times, there's been too much division. We're looking at each other and seeing how we're different instead of looking at each other and seeing how we're alike. And I just believe we got to find some common ground. Doesn't mean we have to agree on everything. We don't have to have the exact same mind, but we have to look at each other and we have to find common ground. Because when you find common ground in something, you're bringing unity into a situation. And the Bible talks about unity, and where there's unity, there's a commanded blessing. So, you know what? There's a lot of things out there trying to pull us apart because, you know what? The force of good wants to put us together. The force of evil wants to pull us apart, because if he can keep us apart, then he can do every evil work there is. So I just want to encourage all of us, find something in your neighbor. Find something that you can be like-minded with or common ground with, because these days are going to be darker and darker, and you've got to be the one that shines brighter and brighter. You got to find the hope within you so that you can radiate that hope out of you, and it starts with us. You know, we can't ask the world to change if we're not willing to change ourselves. So I just want to encourage each and every one of us to take a look at ourselves, because when we begin to change, it's interesting how everybody else looks like they're different, okay? We thank y'all for coming out here and being a part of this. It's been an honor for us to be able to work it with Say, and at the Say Center, and of course we love Sway. I mean, now you got me all mixed up, Joel. The truth of the matter is, this guy's got a story. And that's what drew us to him, was his story. He's got an amazing story of hope and faith and love and determination. And I believe that's in the hearts of everyone here on the east side of Detroit. They just got to find it. Amen?
Got to find it. Okay. Man, she took us to church right there, Joel. It was important for us to be here on the east side, and you guys selected this. You selected this location. And you wanted to give this message of hope and faith and spirituality. And Joe, I follow you on social media, man, and you often post things that apply to my life directly. One of the things you posted is, don't live in the past. Right now, there is freedom for you. Right now, there are new beginnings, joy, peace, and restoration. You posted that. How does that apply to people here on the east side of Detroit? What message would you like to give them? You know,
Sway, it's just the fact that we all have disappointments in the past. We can all look at times and think, well, life has dealt me an unfair hand, and that's why I'm discouraged, and that's why I'm bitter, and, you know, life hadn't treated me fair. But you got to let that all go and make the most of the hand that God's dealt you right now. Because like Dr. Thomas talked about Joseph, you know what? God gave him that promise, but he didn't go in the exact direction that he thought he would. And so sometimes we look at our present-day circumstances and think, well, God's not working in my life. But you know what I've learned, Sway, is God is working the most when we see Him and feel it the least. That's what takes faith. So you got to know right now, you may not see anything getting better in your life, but God is behind the scenes, lining up the right people, arranging the breaks you need, and one day you'll come into your moment where God gets you to where you're supposed to be. So you let go of the old, the disappointments, the regrets. We've all made mistakes in the past. We've all had people done us wrong, but you know, I've learned this. No person can keep you from your destiny. No bad break, no disappointment. The only thing that can stop you is you. If you get negative, if you start making poor choices and things like that, but you know, don't blame it on anybody else, because you can make it to where you're supposed to be. No mistake you've made is too much for the mercy of God. You keep moving forward and God will do amazing things. Sway can tell you, Victoria and I can too. God's taken us places we've never dreamed. He's done it for us, He can do it for you.
Wow, I feel like I'm on my couch in front of the TV right now. Wow. You come on my radio station, Shade 45, home of Eminem. That's his radio station. And we've talked about music, and I've asked you some really tough questions. And the role that music can play in spirituality and getting the message out. You know, some folks believe that music is an evil tool, you know, and that it comes from an evil place. You got to be careful. When you listen to music and certain kind of messages. What do you feel about music in its role as a tool in spreading spirituality and faith and hope?
Well, I think, you know, music is a tool. You can use it for good or for bad. And I think music connects with people in the ways that the spoken word won't. And so I'm a big believer in, you know, God gives us gifts. God created music, so I don't think in itself is bad. But, you know, when we turn it and have people like you that use it for good, that use it to send a message, I think it's good, Sway.
It's a good thing, right? Are you an Eminem fan there, Joe?
Oh, yeah, I listen all the time. No, I'm kidding. You know, I'm for everybody. I may not listen to everybody, but I'm for everybody.
You for everybody? Yeah. Well, I want to say Saturday is a big event, right?
Yeah.
Talk about that real quick.
Yeah, we're here in Detroit. We're on the east side now, but we'll be in Comerica Park for our America's Night of Hope. We'll have a ballpark filled with people, faith and joy and hope, and a lot of these guys will be there, and we'd love to have people come out. If you're in the Detroit area, it's Saturday night, 2.5 hours, music, inspiration, faith, hope. You come, you'll leave better than you were before.
That's my man, Joel Osteen. This is my homie, y'all. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
Victoria, give the lovely Victoria a round of applause, you guys. Thanks for coming out today.
Thanks, Sway.
I like that guy, man.
It's Sway in the morning, only
on Shade 45.